Thank you for tuning in as we look at another video by Dr. Umar Johnson as he stands in front of FDMG Academy. Let's look at the book of Proverbs for a verse that fits Dr. Umar to a T, I believe. It says in the book of Proverbs in the Bible, chapter 29, it says, "A man who hardens his neck after much reproof will suddenly be broken beyond remedy." Proverbs 29, verse 1. We hope nothing bad happens to Dr. Umar, but if he doesn't change his ways, him and FDMG will be broken beyond remedy. Let's hit play here and see it. If you've never seen this channel before, what we do is we watch Dr. Umar videos and just commentate on what goes on. Usually it takes about 10 seconds or so for the whole video to go off the rails. And from this, we teach and give important information. So let's go. This is not to hate on Dr. Umar, but it's to teach people and to understand that this man is scamming and the scam has to end. Let's go. I'm going to start by being nice. I like the shirt, Dr. Umar. I like that outfit, okay? I very much do like that outfit, okay? I'm not always going to be mean and negative, no. And I'm not mean at all, but I'm being critical of things that he does. But the outfit is nice. I like it. Let's continue.
Peace and Pan-Africanism, peace and Pan-Africanism. Good Garvey Day to my continental Africans, my Nigerian, my Somali, my Liberia, my Congolese, my Angolan, my Lesotho, my South Africa, my Mozambique, my Togo, Benin, Cameroon, Malawi, all my continental Africans, my Caribbean Africans, Jamaicans, and Haitians, and
Dr. Umar, you're naming these different nations to laud it in front of people that don't know these nations in the USA that you're super smart. But at the end of the day, the building behind you is a scam. The video here, which you didn't title, but it is titled this because it's something that you're saying, renovations are complete. If you don't know, Dr. Umar is in the throes of a legal battle where people who are his donors have said, look, you squandered the money. Like the song, the hit record from FDMG Scam Records, FDMG Family, the Money, going to my favorite records and one of my favorite songs on YouTube from about FDMG. Make sure you check that out. All right, outside the other hit songs that I put up about the R&B songs on my Brother Wizard channel. If you scroll down, you'll see about some of the R&B hits also made about Dr. Umar. But anyway, back to this. He's standing in front of a school that's nothing but a piece of a scam. We don't want to hear about you naming African nations. We want you to produce results. Marianne, Lorian, and the other people, okay, God bless their souls, they stood up and said, look, enough is enough. If we're not going to just sit back and let you scam folks, you took our money. Where are the results? All right. Oh, they're just complaining. No, they're not. They're just not being patient. No, they're not. They're not being patient. They can see that this man is lying. He is taking their money, and they want their money back, and they deserve their money back. Let's go.
St. Kitts and Nevis and Guadeloupe and Trial Africans and my Costa Ricans. Peace and Pan-Africanism.
I done fast forwarded 30 seconds and he's saying the same thing. Come on, Dr. Umar.
To my Texas Africans, my Philly Africans, my Jersey, New York, Phoenix, my South, to give my 4 times great grand.
Okay, here we go. About 50 seconds and now he's saying something. Let's listen.
South Dakota, my North Dakota Africans, my Kansas City Africans, brothers and sisters, I just wanted to go live today to give my 4 times great grand cousin, the Honorable Frederick Douglass, his birthday present.
Why is this man lying again? Why? You know, I try to not be critical of Dr. Umar, but it's like it's like Donald Trump syndrome. He just can't help but lie. Let's listen to what he says here. Remember on Roland Martin, when he questioned him about him saying that he was a descendant of Frederick Douglass, he said, "Oh no, I'm a descendant of his kinsman," and all this, which makes absolutely no. That doesn't mean anything. It's like me saying I'm a descendant of of the friend of Michael Jackson. So what? What does that mean? Why would let's listen again though? But I'm just gonna say this. He said back then, "Oh, I'm not his direct descendant. I'm a descendant of his kinsman." So now what is he saying?
Africans, brothers and sisters, I just wanted to go live today to give my 4 times great-grand cousin, the Honorable Frederick Douglass, his birth.
4 times great-grand cousin? My goodness. Let's continue. Let's ignore that and keep on going. Let's actually play a game today. And the game is going to be this. Will this video be worse than the other ones before this one? I think it will be, okay? Sad to say, every video I make about Dr. Umar, they seem to get worse. Maybe somehow this will be actually better. Let's see. If it's worse, I will let you know. Let's go.
Stay present. I just wanted to go live for a few minutes, if y'all don't mind, to give my 4 times great-grand cousin, the Honorable Frederick Douglass, his birthday gift. And to the Honorable Frederick Douglass, the greatest black leader in American history, to whom I'm related by blood. Frederick Douglass is a second.
Remember, he said, I'm only related to his kinsman. Now he's related by blood. And if he's related by blood, what does that really mean? Does that mean if you could be his direct son? That doesn't mean that you're going to do the same things that he did. But let's continue.
Descendant of Isaac and Betsy Bailey and the Prince of Pan-Africanism, Dr. Umar Ifatunde Oguntade. I am a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I am an 8th generation descendant of Isaac and Betsy Bailey. We are both descendants of Isaac and Betsy Bailey, and on his 208th solar return. On the 208th solar return of the Honorable Frederick Douglass, I want to give to you, my great ancestor, a completed school in your name and honor. The Frederick Douglass and Marcus Garvey Academy has been...
Okay, this is the point when I let you know if this video is worse than the others. It is. You may say, well, how? It's worse because he's telling Frederick Douglass, he amped up Frederick Douglass, all right? Ain't nothing wrong with that, but he amped up his name. Mind, there are a lot of people that are watching, it's like his fans, that don't even understand nothing about Frederick Douglass. Some of you old heads, we know, okay, about Frederick Douglass, but a lot of young folks don't know about him. And a lot of schools, they don't teach Black history. It's just a fact. All right. So he's pushing that. Nothing wrong with that. But he's pushing it to say, this is who I am also. And then he says, look, I've come to deliver to you a school that's behind me. FDMG Academy. The only problem is that this school is not finished. It's a piece of a scam. And he's using a real man that actually did real work for his real brothers and sisters, and his work has reached down to us to this very day. He's using, this is what I'm saying, this is really true. This is one of the worst videos, not the worst one he's ever made to this point. He's using this man's name, dragging, you could almost say, his spiritual corpse through the mud to run a scam, to push a fraud. No shame in his game. He will use Frederick Douglass, Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, anybody's name. And for him, he says, I don't take any blame. All right. But we have to sit here and listen as if we insane. I don't think so. It's time to bring Dr. Umar to the floor. All right. Because we got more. And for me, this isn't even a chore. But this is something that I adore as we explore. So much more. I already said more. I apologize. But I had to say more because there's so much more to come. Let's go. Let's hit play.
Swept out, all the trash has been taken to the dumpster, and we are ready for inspection in the name of Frederick Douglass.
All the trash was, oh my Lord, all the trash, Dr. Umar, all the trash was taken to the dumpster. Give me some love. You ever see someone say something and you say to yourself, this can't be real. Am I in a dream? Is this really happening? I wonder. And you know what? It's not even funny. But actually, many times it is funny. But it's really not even funny when you think about that this man thinks that this is going to work. For some people, I know you're thinking to yourself, it is work for some of his fans. He still has over 1 million fans on Instagram. But you know what? There's a fire brewing. And that fire are those people that are holding up the signs online, who he calls the struggle streamers. People like you and me, if you're talking about Dr. Umar, the people in my comment section that are letting people know Dr. Umar is scamming. People like Marianne Lawrence and all the others. The woman, her name, who a lot of people forgotten about, who was talking about Dr. Umar before most people, saying he was a scammer, a woman named Anti-Afro Svengali. If you don't know what a Svengali is a person that's basically a scam artist. And her page is anti, which is to say against, Afro, which is to say black, Svengali, I'm against black scammers is the name of her page, and she for many years before most said that Dr. Umar was a scammer. Alright, when people were hopping on the Umar bandwagon, I remember years ago, I didn't know that he was a scammer, but I knew that I didn't agree with a lot of stuff that he was saying, but some things that he said, I said, well, what he's saying is not wrong. I wasn't a part of the racist stuff that he was saying. Some things that he says are obviously racist. Alright, but I said at the end of the day, you know, I don't have nothing against the guy. I don't really pay attention to the guy like that. But there are people that do even better than he said, no, this man is running a con, this man is running a scam. And you know what? People like that, people didn't want to listen to them. Nowadays, a lot of people know that Umar was a scam artist. But back then, years ago, talking about early 2010s, a lot of people didn't know what he was really pulling off. They didn't know what he was really doing. And Dr. Umar pulled it off so smoothly. Didn't he just spoke so smooth? I mean, at the end of the day, I just came from an event, for example, with black men dressed up, looking clean. And I love to see a black man and black women looking clean, looking classy, and talking with great eloquence. Dr. Umar, he brought all of that, didn't he? He was like the perfect package. It appeared that way. So everybody wanted to support the guy. There's nothing wrong with it, but many people said, wait a second. Something's off with this guy. He has a lot of words, but something's off with the guy. He may appear at a march, as he said in his last video that I did, that I commented on. He said he was in Milwaukee at a march. But I want you guys to know, as a person that's been in marches myself, all right, from marches by Trayvon Martin to marches that I attended in Philadelphia against drugs in the neighborhoods and all kinds of marches that I've been in, all right. You could appear at a march just because you want to be among other people. All right, there are people that appear at marches just so they can say, hey, I was at a march, or for a photo. I'm just telling you the truth. There are other people that go to marches because they actually want to see change. And there are people at marches that will stop and talk to the group and say, hey, we represent XYZ, talk to us, let's make stuff happen. There are other people that they go to a march, they'll take some selfies and they'll leave. I'm just telling you the truth. People will look at that Umar and say, look what this man is doing. And I thank God for people like Anti-Afro Svengali and others that stood up years ago and said, and this is an older black woman, okay, a lot of people don't even think about it. I try to bring her up from time to time, okay, so people will give this woman respect, and a lot of the other folks, okay, that were trying to say, there's another guy, there's a guy from Philadelphia, his name is Monty Woodgrain, who made funny videos about Dr. Umar years ago. People weren't even understanding what Dr. Umar was doing. This guy was telling people years ago Dr. Umar was on some scamming stuff. All right, got to give that guy his respect. All right, all the other people that have been talking about Dr. Umar for years. When is this going to end?
Some black African love right now. Give me some black African love. We completed all the repairs on the centennial of Negro History Week, February 7th, 2026. And today, on Frederick Douglass's birthday, the black men who escaped from Baltimore through Wilmington, Delaware, Frederick Douglass, I am pleased to report to you, my great ancestor, that the school has been swept out. And on Tuesday, because Monday is a holiday, I think they celebrate Abraham Lincoln, who was an associate of...
Okay, this is a new video. I believe Monday is a President's Day. All right. So he's saying something's going to happen on Tuesday. This is interesting. Let's see what he says.
Yours. I think they celebrate President Abraham Lincoln, who was an associate of yours, Honorable Frederick Douglass. But the day after Monday, which is Tuesday the 17th, which is the eclipse in Aquarius, solar eclipse. Where my Leos at one time? Where my Leos at? Where my Aquarius at one time? So on the solar eclipse day, we will contact the city respectfully and humbly and ask for them to come out and inspect the Honorable Frederick Douglass and Honorable Marcus Garvey Elementary School and the Nat Turner John Jacques Dessalines Gymnasium, because we are ready to get to work. Are we not, brothers and sisters? Are we ready to get to work? Are we ready to start?
Do you have a board? If you're ready to get to work, do you have a board formed so that the school can receive every accreditation that it has? A school's not just a building. See how, and this is what offends me, and I have to say this. It is very important. This is not a joke at all. Dr. Umar, his content is pitched to the lowest, and seriously, it really, really is. It's not. I'm not trying to make a joke at all when I say this. His content is pitched to some of the lowest understanding grade. How can I say this? What I mean is that he says things that people that have understanding in these areas understand. What he's saying doesn't make any sense. All right, it's like me saying, "Hey, y'all, look at that Lamborghini outside. Let's all, come around this Lamborghini, and I'm going to draw a picture of a key, and that Lamborghini is going to be mine because I'm going to draw a picture of a key." And for maybe kids that are 4 or 5 years old, they may get excited. But for adults, you would know just because you drawn a picture of a key doesn't mean that you own a Lamborghini. That's what Dr. Umar is essentially saying here. Seriously. He's saying, look, I have a school that I purchased. Let's call the city to get it inspected so we can get things going. But it takes much more than you just buying a building to actually have a school. You understand what I'm saying? It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable that he's able to do this. And I want you to understand in my opinion, his plan, once again, you may say, well, how can he do this? Because he's pitching to people that don't understand how this stuff works. That's why I have to make these videos, and many other people make videos like this continuously to show people this is a scam. And when you support him, you know what you do? When you support him, you open up the door for other scammers like him to pass through. Like the guy who had that Tulsa real estate scam. I forget what the guy's name was. Okay, many other black people that have been scamming people. Okay, you support one, you open up a door for another scammer, another Umar. In there, I'm sure there are other Umars, small Umars. But if you cut the head of one down, all right, metaphorically speaking, of course, you hurt the others. All right, let's continue.
Decorating our school? Are we ready to get ready for the grand opening? Our time has come. Where the school at? I'm going to get some t-shirts made. Where the school at? And I'm going to mail them to all my haters, brothers and sisters.
Okay, well, if we're haters, explain to us outside of you sweeping this, seriously, outside of you sweeping, because think about this. If he's saying the school is ready because we swept the school up, right? You could have done that when you bought the school. You could have swept the school when you bought. I could have came there myself and swept the school up. All right, I could have done that. I used to work for a cleaning company. I could have swept the school up, or I could have called my mans up. We could have came and swept the school up. What you mean? And we saying, Philly, what you mean? You know what I mean? What are you talking about? That's all you need to open up a school is to purchase a building and then sweep the school out? Or we fixed a few things with the ceiling. We're ready to have a school. No, it's much, much more. He said, oh, we all hating. Well, okay, well, if we're hating, then explain to us how things are coming along with the actual school things that you need. The board, the teachers, you kind of have them. You need teachers because students can't teach themselves. How many teachers do you have? Let's look for these particulars in this video. All right. If we find these particulars, maybe we can give him a little more respect, but I highly doubt we'll find even one. Let's go.
I'm going to mail where the school at t-shirts to all my haters, brothers and sisters. But let me do this. Not only am I dedicating this school to Frederick Douglass on his born day, not only have we completely cleaned out the school and we ready for inspection on Frederick Douglass's 208th solar return, I want to also give all black women their gift. And my gift to all African women around the world on this Black Love Day, this Frederick Douglass Day, my gift to all black women, I don't care if you are in Angola or Alabama. I don't care if you in Jamaica, Queens, or Jamaican in the Caribbean. I don't care if you in Brooklyn or Botswana. I don't care if you in Puerto Rico or Pittsburgh. Do you understand me? I don't care if you in Guadalupe or Georgia. You understand? All African women from Brazil to Brooklyn to Botswana to Toronto to Sydney, Australia to the South Pacific to London and Paris and Australia and Ireland and Scotland, all my beautiful African women, my gift today is a school for your sons. My gift to all my sisters on Frederick Douglass's solar return is a school for your boys, so we don't have to worry about them being mistreated, called the N-word, thrown in special ed, put on drugs, arrested, kicked out. That is my gift to all black mothers on this day, all black women on this day, is a school for your son. And if you don't have any sons, we will be opening the Anna Douglas and Amy Garvey Academy in a few short years. So black women, today, I dedicate this school to all my sisters, because I see you struggling with your sons. I see you crying over your sons. I see you fighting for your sons. And so now, on this day, my Valentine's Day gift to every black woman on the planet Earth is a school where your sons can learn free from the snow bunny lynch mob. I said a school where your sons can learn free from the snow bunny lynch mob. I said a school, black women. My butter on.
I think to myself, what if Dr. Martin Luther King were to see this man in person? What do you think that he would, seriously, what do you think he would think of him? What about Malcolm X? Think about what these men went through. They weren't just great orators, or orators, as Dr. Umar would say. They weren't just great orators. They weren't just great speakers. They didn't just know how to keep your attention with the way they moved their body, with their body language, and with their voice and bravado. These men actually carried physical and spiritual weight. They carried movements on their backs. No matter what you want to say negative about Martin Luther King, or negative about Malcolm X, or negative about the people who did all kind of things doing the sit-ins and the real freedom fighters, which are many, okay? And names, some names I can't think of in a moment. All the people that, I apologize for not bringing up all their names, but all of these folks, the Rosa Parks, all those people that carry actual movements on their backs, many of them were beaten and all kind of stuff. What do you think they would think about someone like Dr. Umar? I think that they would tear him down and tell people, don't listen to this scammer. I truly believe on my heart, and I know that they would say this man is a con artist. Dr. Umar, I don't think he would ever approach them in a serious way for anything, because he would know that they would say, listen, we can see who you are. You're not serious about the cause. He's the kind of guy, I'm telling you, he's the kind of man to have a lot of talk and say, hey, he would probably go to bar Dr. King, like, hey, Dr. King, I really respect you. I love what you do. Seriously, I love what you're doing. Probably clap his hands together. I love what you're doing, Dr. King. I love what you're doing. You know, we need to come together and do something. Blah, 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 blah. And then Dr. King would say, okay, brother, I think that's good. You know, XYZ. We having not just, he probably, I want to attend the march. He said, oh, before we do the march, we're going to have plans. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. And if you want to help the movement, you can join and help with this, help with that. The march is just the end of the spear, brother. But we have a lot of other things going on. And that will probably be like, oh, well, you know, I got a lot of things going on too. I have to travel to Botswana, and then I need to go to Puerto Rico, and then I need to go here, and I need to go there. But when I get a chance, I want to come and join you at the march. And he would say, well, you know, we really could use you, Dr. Umar, on the front lines doing this and that. And Dr. Umar would give an excuse, and then you know what happened? Dr. Martin Luther King would look at him and say, you ain't about nothing. You ain't about nothing. I can see right through you. And that's the same for Malcolm X and all the rest of stuff. That's what Dr. Umar is. I'm not saying it's, hey, I'm telling you, this is who this man really is. It's easy for him to pull this scam off because those heroes have been assassinated by the USA. Okay, that's a fact. They've been assassinated by the USA. Whether Christian or Muslim, whatever it case it be, they say, oh, y'all trying to stand up your people? Oh, we got to kill y'all. It's just as simple as that's what happened. I'm just telling you all the truth. Telling you all the truth. So at the end of the day, back into my back into the correct voice. I'm sorry, y'all. Starting to get out of character for y'all. I'm sorry, y'all. Getting kind of upset thinking about this stuff. Now, Umar does not hold a candle to these rumors. Let's continue.
Man, my butter pecan, my sweet brown sugar, my light brown sugar, my dark brown sugar, my fudge, my African vanilla, my African pina colada, my white chocolate, my cinnamon, my nutmeg, my agave, my mahogany queens. We have a school for you. Have you ever gotten a Valentine's Day gift better than this, sisters? Black woman has...
I think they have. I think all of them have, actually. Because a real Valentine's gift is something that you're giving. It's shown that it's said to be this. It's roses, whatever it needs to be. This is what I have, and it's real. But what that is a shell of something that will never be. And one day what's going to happen, and one day soon, most likely, Dr. Umar is going to relinquish that school. I actually believe, all jokes aside, I want to tell you guys maybe a prophecy here, okay? I believe that Dr. Umar is hyping the school up right now. The reason why he's doing this is actually because he wants to get rid of that school. Seriously. He wants to get that school off of his hands. You know how companies say we want to get something off the books? He wants to get that school off of his hands. He really does. Because and I'm going to tell you why. Because I believe this with all my heart. Because that school is causing a problem for him. That school, which was part of his scam, and it still is actually one of his biggest problems and one of his biggest weights pulling him down is FDMG Academy. Seriously. Because it's not something that he wants to be a school at all. It's not something that he's preparing to be a school. He's not had a board. He is not hiring any teachers. It's just a piece of a scam. He wants to get this out of his hands. That is why he's hyping things up right now. Outside of the fact that he's under investigation and part of it is he has to make it seem like the school's going to open up. But he's using it. Trust me, he's smarter. This man is smarter than he appears. I want you to understand this man is much smarter than he appears. All right. To run a con and scam, you have to be people that are scammers usually are actually smart people. I also want to tell you that they're usually not idiots. They're usually smart people. They just use their intelligence in the wrong way. Okay. I'm telling you, in my opinion, his plan is to hype the school up so that when he loses the school, however that is, which I think he will probably try to, he'll probably try to help the process of the school being pushed out of his hands as much as he can. He'll then be able to say, oh, my brothers and sisters, we were almost there. And then he will blame me and everyone else who's spoken against what he was doing. And he'll say, the struggle streamers, they embittered the people against me. They embittered their hearts against me. No one wanted to help out. The economy was bad and there were people speaking against me and people didn't have the money to give like they used to. And brothers and sisters, we were almost at the finish line. We were almost, and then he's going to say this, but the city of Wilmington, Delaware, I told y'all from the very beginning, we was going to have to march against them. We was going to have to march against Wilmington. And I wanted to hold on to that school, but you know what? The white man just didn't allow it to happen. They just didn't allow it to happen. And black people, they just didn't want to give. And we own the school. We own the schools. Not one building, but two buildings, brothers and sisters. We own the schools. But now we're going to have to start over. And then he wants to start, I'm sure, another. I doubt it will be another school scam. Maybe. But another scam where he's asking for money. And you may not believe this, but the reality is that if he did that, he would get more money. Because he has many, many, many young people that have money from their parents or from wherever, their jobs, that believe in Dr. Umar. Don't believe me? Watch my last video. Okay. One of the last ones that he put up, one of his lives, where people were calling Dr. Umar. They were calling Dr. Umar and they were saying, one guy said, I'll listen to you all the time. I'll listen to you all the time, Dr. Umar. I want you to come to our city. So though we know that he's a con artist, a lot of people still don't understand what he's doing.
The black man ever dedicated an institution to you on Valentine's Day? Has a black man ever dedicated a
Now he's attacking us black men. We're the butt of the joke.
School to you for Valentine's Day? I just dedicated a school to all black women on Valentine's Day. Brothers, don't hate. There's enough queens to go around. Now, I want to say this. I gave up ginger ale in the new year. I gave up ginger ale in the new year. I gave up my little Debbie zebra cakes in the new year, brothers and sisters. I'm not lying. Hit your PayPal, paypal.me/FDMG Academy. Hit your PayPal, paypal.me/FDMG Academy. Hit your PayPal, paypal.me/FDMG Academy. Become a loyal donor. Be a bronze donor. Be a silver donor. Be a gold donor. Be a platinum donor. Be a diamond donor. I don't care if you donate $1, donate a quarter a week, donate $5 a month, but you make sure you donate. Because if you don't,
I guarantee you, if you donate a quarter a week, you know what? I really wish that someone would call Dr. Umar and tell him, Dr. Umar, I appreciate what you're doing. He would say, thank you, brother. I really appreciate you for paying attention to me. Dr. Umar, I want to let you know, I saw your last video and I want to donate to you a quarter a week. Now, Dr. Umar, I make about $700 every single week, but you said you would appreciate it if I gave you a quarter a week. So I'm going to donate to you a quarter a week, Dr. Umar. That's I think it's about $1 a month, Dr. Umar, which would be about $12 a year. Dr. Umar, I want you to know that I'm your number one fan. I want you to know that I truly stand behind the cause of FDMG Academy. And Dr. Umar, this year, I'm going to give you $12 in total. But next year, Dr. Umar, I'm going to go up. I'm going to give you $24 in total. I'm going to try to bump it up, Dr. Umar. I'm going to bump it up to, instead of a quarter a week, I'm going to give you about, how about Dr. Umar, how about I give you 50 cents a week? Dr. Umar, you say you'll be happy whatever I give. So I'm going to give you this, and I want you to know how much I appreciate all that you do for me. I think Dr. Umar would have a face similar to this one. He would look at you and say, Negro, is you kidding me? Is that all that you can give? But you give, but the black community gives millions of dollars to Nike every single year. Black women spend billions of dollars on hair products every single year. But you want to give the illustrious Dr. Umar Ifatunde Agun today, you want to give me only $12 a year? You must be kidding me. Next time, make it 50 a week.
You won't be allowed inside this school. But I want to drink to Frederick Douglass. I want to drink to the completion of the Marcus Garvey School on the centennial of Negro History Week. I want to drink to Frederick Douglass. We completely cleaned out and got rid of all the trash out of the school today on the 208th solar return of the greatest black leader in American history. I want to have a drink because I've been through hell over the past 7 years. We have been through hell over the past 7 years. My donors and my supporters, my elders, my youth, my brothers and my sisters from all over.
You're not lying. We have been well. With that school, he's not lying. I shouldn't say we. I should say y'all. Y'all as in the donors. Y'all been through hell. Okay. Dr. Umar has pulled you guys through hell. What hell? Well, the hell of knowing that you sent this man maybe $20, $50. Some people, I believe, like Marianne Laurent, gave thousands of dollars. Looking at their investment and seeing a man, this is what really happened. I'm not making this up. Come online, stand in front of the school, and give sex tips, talk about his Shango stick. This is what he really did. That video's on there where he's talking about his Shango stick, okay? Talking about he wants to make love for a very long time in front of the FDMG Academy. Videos where he's inside the school bouncing a basketball. Not making this up. Videos where he's in front of a rock for the ancestors, picking up trash for the ancestors. Not making this up. Okay? Not making this up. Videos where he's literally telling women that when they come into his office, they're going to need to take their shoes off. I wonder why. Maybe so he can feel more comfortable in his presence. Maybe that's why. So he can try to run his hand up their thigh. That's what I think. As he sits there now with some Seagram's ginger ale, about to take a drink. I'm just telling you guys the truth here. This is no lie. But I look at Dr. Umar and I say, why? Why, Dr. Umar, do you do these things? Let's continue.
Over the world, I want to drink to Pan-Africanism today. Can I have a drink to Pan-Africanism? Can I have a drink to the unity of all blood members of the African race? Can we do that? Let me give Frederick Douglass a little ginger ale. And before I take a sip of ginger ale, let me give the right Bishop Richard Allen a sip of this ginger ale. Because y'all do know today is not only the birth date of the greatest black leader of the 19th century, today is also the birth date of the greatest black American African leader of the 18th century. That's right. Bishop Richard Allen, who was born in Delaware. I said the father of the African Methodist Episcopal Church. Where my AME Christian Africans at? Where my African Methodist Episcopal Christians at one time? Where my AME family at? Where y'all at? AME from Africa, AME from Ohio, AME Pennsylvania, AME from Missouri, AME California. If you belong to the AME church, make some noise because today we celebrate the father of the AME.
The reason why he's bringing it up is because in Philadelphia, there's this thing called let's say tore it down. They may have actually tore it down. I'm not sure, but it's a thing called because they're doing a lot of gentrification in Philadelphia also. But there's this thing called the Richard Allen Projects. I know people that grew up in the Richard Allen Projects. Okay, so he's reaching out to them. Okay, it's him basically reaching out to everyone he possibly can to try to get in new donors. That's all this is.
He made his name in Philadelphia. He built AME in Philadelphia. He started the first black self-reliance movement before Marcus Garvey was born in Philadelphia. But he was born in Delaware Colony, the Bishop Richard Allen. February 14th, 1860, I pour for Richard Allen. And his picture will hang up inside the Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy. I also want to pour out to Sister Claire, good friend of mine, who was a secretary and an assistant with the FDMG Academy, who joined the Ancestors a few weeks ago. I pour to Sister Claire. I want to pour to Brother Manny, who helped us paint this gym, who helped us out. Manny is one of the few brothers I met who was about doing real work. A lot of brothers want to come around to be seen, to meet queens, but Brother Manny was about that work. Brother Manny, we love you. We miss you, brother. I pour some ginger ale to my brother Manny, and now I must drink. Can I have a sip of ginger ale, ladies? My alpha males,
He said a lot of men want to sit around queens to be seen. Then he said, can I have a sip of ginger ale, ladies, right after that? Let's continue.
Apologetically African anti-snow bunny alpha males. Can I have a sip, my brothers? Somebody get your ginger ale out. Get your scotch out. Get your gin out. I don't drink. My only vice is Seagrams and Cinnabons. My only vice in the world is Seagrams and Cinnabons, brother. I don't have no vice in the world except Seagrams and Cinnabons. I want to drink right now. Woo! Woo! That's the first sip of ginger ale I had since December of 2025. All praise be to the Almighty. All praise be to the Most High. All honor to the ancestors, the Orishas, the Loas, the Abutums, the Netters. We are here, brothers and sisters. So I just wanted to go live and wish Frederick Douglass his birthday, wish Richard Allen his birthday, and wish all my beautiful black mothers, African queens around the world, a very happy Frederick Douglass and Richard Allen solar return. And I dedicate to you, black mother. I dedicate to you, single black mother, married black mother, soon to be black mother, and future black mother, a school for our boys, where we do not have to worry about the snow bunny lynch mob. Ashe? I said a school for black boys where we don't have to worry about the snow bunny lynch mob. Oh, yes. Make sure you donate, because we're going to start decorating real soon. We need money to decorate. We got to buy school furniture. We got to put up the paintings and the statues and the plant.
We still have not heard about a board. We still have not heard about the teachers. This is a school. This is a school. This is not just a rec center. This is, seriously, this is not a rec center. This is a school. Am I wrong? This is a school. Umar, this is a school. This is not a rec center. If you just open up something that could be empty and people could just come and go as they please, that'll be different. This is a school. Maybe Umar just doesn't know. No, he knows. He said he's the #1 requested scholar around the world. That's what he says. He said he worked in schools. I remember when he was talking to Lord Jamar. And Lord Jamar was trying to offer him help. If you haven't seen that video, watch it. And he was trying to offer him help. He was trying to recommend, I believe, his father-in-law or someone who was somehow related to him, or was maybe through marriage related to him. Lord Jamar was. And I remember that Dr. Umar said, listen, I have friends that own schools, brothers. I have friends that own, he said it just like that. He said, I have friends that own schools. And he said, look, well, brother, this man has done what you're trying to do. Maybe you can learn from him. And he said, no, I don't need no help. I don't need no help. So I don't hear anybody say, well, maybe Dr. Umar just doesn't understand. No, he vehemently went against this man when he was trying to offer him help, saying, look, I don't need no help. I have everything I need. Now he's standing here in 2026 with a Seagrams in his hand saying, look, we're about to do some decorations in the school. We just swept it out with no teachers to account for. If he had teachers, he'll be talking about it. But he's throwing a sheet over your eyes and over your mind. Maybe not over your mind, but over a lot of these young folks' minds and people that are so supporting him. So they don't notice that the things that you actually need for a school are not there. By saying step by step, day by day, we're working it out. Got to school, 2019 is 2026. And the best thing you can say is we've just swept the school out and now we're about to decorate. All of those years you didn't do that. But the people that are complaining and bringing lawsuits against them, they're the bad ones. How? Even now, there's no teachers. There's nothing to make it a school.
FDMG into Wakanda, brothers and sisters. We're going to make FDMG Wakanda, brothers and sisters. We're going to make FDMG Wakanda, brothers and sisters. Oh, yes. Today is a great day. I didn't spend the day being hugged up with no female. I didn't spend the day being hugged up with no female. I spent the day cleaning in the name of black boys. I didn't spend today hugged up with no female. I spent today cleaning in the name of black boys. I wasn't clapping no Cinnabons today. I wasn't scooping out no peach cobbler today. I wasn't clapping no Cinnabons today. I wasn't scooping out no peach cobbler today. I was getting the school ready in honor of the Honorable Frederick Douglass. I was getting the school ready in honor of the Honorable Frederick Douglass. I was getting the school ready in honor of the Honorable Frederick Douglass and the Right Bishop Richard Allen. The Right Bishop Richard Allen, the father of the African Methodist Episcopal Church, and the most Honorable Frederick Augustus Washington Bailey. Oh, yes.
You wonder why we call Dr. Umar a scam artist? You see here how he's reaching out to the Christians? AME, he says, the Christians. You know about Richard Allen? But if you can turn on any other channel and see Dr. Umar attacking Christians like it's nothing. Seen it thousands of times. Not thousands, but plenty of times, I should say, where he's on there attacking Christians, attacking Christianity. I've seen it so many times. But now all of a sudden, he's talking to them like they're his best friends. I wonder why. Because he's trying to find anybody he can that doesn't know what he's been doing to support him. That's why. All right. Anybody. Simple as that. He has this mural behind him, which is also a part of the scam. Yes, he goes all out. He literally purchased these buildings, had them painted, knowing good and well he had no intention of opening that school. And like I said, when the school is stripped from him, he's going to say, he'll probably walk by the school, probably a few times, and say, look at this building, look at this mural. It could have been FDMG Academy. It could have been a dream school for your boys. But you, stupid Negroes didn't want to support the dream. And so the dream died. That's what he's going to say. I guarantee you that. I guarantee you that. If he somehow gets locked up, which should have happened a long time ago, in my opinion. If he somehow gets locked up, I guarantee you'll be hearing him from prison. Seriously. Making calls, still scamming, asking for people to put money on his books. I'm not saying it's to make fun of him. I'm telling you that's what's most likely going to happen. Asking for commissary money. And if he was locked up, he could easily say, well, look, all the FDMG money was taken up in court fees and this and that, and that's why I don't have any money. All right? Black people allowed it to happen. I lost the school. I need to start over again. But I want you to understand, if that were to happen, I guarantee you, in my opinion, Nick Cannon, Charlamagne the God, all those other people that have been allowed him to get on their platforms, those people would turn their backs on him quicker than you could say ABC 1, 2, 3. Then when they come visit Dr. Umar, he'll be on his own.
Oh, yes, brothers and sisters. That's what I was doing today. So all my Ifa Tunde queens, if you thought I was hugged up somewhere, you was wrong. You was wrong. I've been here all day cleaning. We just got rid of the last bag of trash. I've been here all day cleaning. We just got rid of the last bag of trash. If you want to reach Dr. Umar, 215-989-9858, text only. If you want...
I'm not going to let up on him. I don't even say this. That whole speech they just had, how he was talking about, you guys thought I was hooked up with a woman. Nobody was saying that. So why did he insert that? I believe it's because, like I've said before on the videos, he uses a type of backward speech where, like he said, for example, one time he said something like, I don't want you snow bunnies trying to contact me in my DMs. Remember that, where he was doing that? And I was explaining how, because he wants snow bunnies to contact him in his DMs, okay? And there's precedent for that, evidence to support that, where even Marianne Lawrence said that when she was shooting his film, he said that he wanted to have a scene where he was hugged up, and I think she said a sex scene with a white woman, where he was supposed to basically be all on her and then say, wait a second, I can't do this. Black queens forever, snow bunnies never, and like push the woman on the bed and walk out. He demanded that be in the movie. All right. Though in real life he's supposedly against no bunnies, but he wanted that in the movie for some odd reason. I wonder why. So right, and why am I saying that? To attack him? No, to explain this whole speech that he just had when he was saying, you guys thought that I was huddled with some woman. He said, I was in the school cleaning. I was not, with no Cinnabons. I believe that it's possible he was with some Cinnabons, as he calls them. All right? Because if you're a liar, liars, they actually get and this is what I'm telling you is so true. Liars, they get a great kick out of successfully pulling off great lies. It's like going on a roller coaster for them. It really, really is. When you can tell a big grand lie and people just accept it, it makes them feel some type of accomplishment. It really does. All right, I believe that it's possible that he really did do those things today. No one's asking that. No one's saying, did you do this today on Valentine's Day? Were you in the school or whatever clapping? Nobody's saying that, Dr. Umar. And if it was Valentine's Day, like it is, as I make this video, and you have a woman and you're with that woman, no one would condemn you for that. So why are you saying that? Oh, he's saying to say, look, at the end of the day, I was working in school. That's how hard I'm working. But nobody's asking. Even if it's Valentine's Day, no one will condemn you for that. You understand what I'm saying? I believe he's saying this because, one, he maybe actually did it. When he said he didn't, he was probably doing. Or planning to do it. Second, number two, because he wants to insert in black women's minds that he's there and he's ready to do these things. And that's why he kept saying it over and over and over again. Because, like I said, it's like a backward speech. And it's just that he's trying to insert a thought into your mind. Not into black men's minds, but into black women's minds. That he's a sexual creature ready to act sexual. You understand what I'm saying? And he's always ready and on call when you call. And his number is ready ready for you to call. Also, you can hit him up in his DMs, all right? So when he's saying these things, all he's doing is saying, I'm available, I'm available, I'm available. But it's through a coded speech, all right? Which is to say, I don't want that, I don't want that. I know you guys are thinking that. No one was thinking that. I don't want that, I don't want that. But actually, I do want that. He's using the school as an occasion to, as he says, get Cinnabons, whatever. And it's just shameful. You understand the code speech, which he uses, and he uses his speech a lot. And I'm not going to let him off the hook for it. I'm going to explain everything he's doing in this video as much as I possibly can. Okay, to show you how depraved and shameful this really, really is. Because people that don't see it don't understand how shameful this is. When you understand what he's actually doing in the backwards, he uses backwards and sideways speech continuously when he's on these videos. Okay, continuously. With black people as the stepping stone. He steps literally on black people's backs, just like the slave masters did. Okay, which is why I call him many times the greatest Uncle Tom. Imagine a black person bent over, okay, and Dr. Umar stepping on their back. That's literally what he's doing. You see when this guy showed how he was talking about black men and saying, when did you have a black man give you a whole school? Notice the black man was the stepping stone. The black man was the stool that he went to step upon. But he has it in his heart to support black boys of his school. But you would then step upon a black man for no reason at all. It's hard for me to believe that you have a heart for black young boys when you would step upon a black man for no reason at all. You could just say, look, I have a school I want to dedicate to. You don't need to put a black man into that, but he has no love for black men. That's the reality of what's in his heart. Understand that? Hopefully you do. Let's continue.
Reach Dr. Umar 215-989-9858, text only. If you want to reach...
See what I mean? Now he's going into the number. He told you, ladies, listen, I want you. I need you. And now he's giving you his number. But he did it in a sideways manner. And he does it over and over and over again. I'm not making this up. This is literally what he's doing right in front of your face.
Dr. Umar 215-989-9858. Text only. If you need to email me, princeofpanafricanism@gmail.com. Make sure you spell Africa with a K. Prince of Pan Africa.
None of this is about the school, because we can see he doesn't want to open the school. None of this is about educating black boys. It's all about him getting money and getting black women. I can see why the guy Lyndon Honor has this thing called, he has it in his behind him on his channel, which I check out from time to time. You see CCC, which stands for Cookie Crush Chat, I believe. I can see why he puts that behind him, Cookie Crush Chat, because Dr. Umar spends a great amount of time talking about doing that in a variety of ways. All right. I can see why he, and I look at that dude, I can see why he would put that behind him.
@gmail.com. Make sure you spell Africa with a K. And tomorrow will be the first Dr. Umar Instagram study group discussion session. Tomorrow at 7 o'clock in the morning, set your alarm. Tomorrow at 7 o'clock in the morning, set your alarm. Tomorrow at 7 o'clock in the morning, set your alarm. That will be our first Dr. Umar online study group discussion session. You are to have read the first 5 chapters of Dr. Carter G. Woodson's Miseducation of the Negro. We will be discussing Dr. Carter G. Woodson's Miseducation of the Negro tomorrow at 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time on Instagram Live. If you want to join the Dr. Umar study group, if you want to join the Dr. Umar study group, if you want to join the Dr. Umar study group, all you have to do is subscribe to my Instagram, $9.99 a month. If you want to join the study group,
He can't even do that without having money attached to it. Isn't it a shame? Mind, he says he's the #1 black scholar. I'm sorry, #1 requested black scholar. Well, he's of course he's also involved with a lot of scholar, but black scholar, excuse me. Maybe that was a Freudian slip, I don't know, but he's the #1 black scholar, okay, requested across the world. That's what he says. Yeah, for all of these years, now why am I saying it? Because for all of these years, he's never thought to have a book club. He's never thought to use, seriously, I've never heard him ever have a book club, and it's because he hasn't had one. But he's talking about how he's such a scholar and he's in so many books. So why not use the internet, use Eventbrite, use a variety of different online platforms to preach and teach true knowledge? But you notice everything that he does, there's a dollar amount behind it. When he goes to speak, he's getting paid. There's a dollar amount behind it. Is it not? Am I making this up? Want to join the book club? No problem. $9.99. There's a dollar amount behind it.
you have to do is subscribe and you are automatically in. The study group is for subscribers only. The study group is for subscribers only. The study group is for subscribers only. Set your alarm tomorrow morning, 7 o'clock. Thank you to all my donors around the world. I know it has been 7 long years. I know it has been 7 long, hard, tough, grueling years, but we are here, baby. The school is absolutely done. The school is fully done.
I'm glad this video is almost over because I'm actually getting offended watching this video. I really, really am. I'm actually getting offended. And you may say, oh, why are you getting so offended? The reason is because as I'm watching this video and commentating on it, I'm remembering and realizing how this entire time he's not been acting in any kind of love towards his own people. And all he has done is talk in a sideways and backwards way to try to get women to sleep with him or to get money this entire time. In this 19-minute video, he's done nothing but try to crush cookies, as he calls it, which is to say try to sleep with black women who believe that he's who he says he is. So they have to be deceived from even sleep with them, number one. Then on top of that, he's trying to extract money and to get more donors. That's why he uses a speech where he'll say, to all my donors, to all my donors. It's a way to tantalize people who aren't his donors to say, you need to join and become a donor. But there's a way to say it without saying it. You have to know how to talk, and he knows how to talk. To say the part that he wants to say, but he can't say it out loud. He has a way of inserting it in your mind, like the movie Inception, where they went into people's dreams and inserted a thought. Dr. Umar, in that, it's kind of similar in the sense that he knows how to insert a thought into your mind without actually saying it to insert. He knows how to insert things into your mind in a variety of ways. He's like I said before, he's not just a scam artist, he's a master scam artist. Let's continue.
School is completely done. And on Tuesday, because government is closed on Monday to celebrate white supremacy presidency. The government is closed on Monday to celebrate white supremacy presidency. But on Tuesday, I'll be contacting the city to request an inspection.
We're not going to watch this whole video. I'm sorry. I can't watch the rest of this anymore. But what I will, I'm tired of it, okay? But what I will do right now is I'm going to go into my last Umar video and look at some of the comments from you guys. And I thank you guys for your comments. It's time to give you guys some shine, and then we're gonna get out of here. Let's look at the comments. And I'm gonna give you guys a hand for watching my videos and for commenting. Okay, let's go. Hustle Man 42 says they built the pyramids faster than his so-called school. The other person here says the dustiness continues. That would be actually a very good name of a movie by Dr. Umar. Dr. Umar Johnson, the dustiness continues. That would be a good movie name. Okay, let's continue. Party is over, Umar. Okay, then they say Umar says hit the commissary. Francis says, didn't he call himself the Black Messiah? Then he should be performing miracles, not asking for them. That's right. Hawk Smash says he stays lying about renovations being done. He's never inside the school, always outside freezing and begging. If renovations are done, how are the windows and doors boarded up and black mold all over the outside? Kentok says, imagine giving your money to the person disparaging you. An excellent comment. Gonna attack you after you gave me your hard-earned money. Very well stated, Brother Winston. The scammer of the black community has to be stopped. He is a shameful individual, sad to say, and hopefully he can change his ways. But absolutely true, what he's doing is shameful. The reality is that what he's doing is actually more shameful than most people realize. Like I explained in this video, when you understand that he comes on only to do two things. Really three things, I'm sorry. Try to get black women to sue for him, number one. Number two, to extract black dollars from the black community. That's number two. And number three is to set up further scams. And he's doing all of this, number four, with a school, which is the worst part of the scam. A school, you may say, why is it the worst part? It's the worst part because it's actually something that is needed. It's something, not only is it something that's needed, but there are people that actually have what he's talking about making. But he always attacks them. You may say, no, he doesn't. Oh, yes, he does. Watch his videos where he'll oftentimes say, I'm the only one doing it. There's a video I made where you see him in the gymnasium and he's saying, it seems like nobody's doing it but me. When he says that, he's at the same time saying that those folks that are doing it, they're not doing anything. When in actuality, he's not doing anything. Let's continue. And he knows that. It's not an accident. It's not something that he doesn't notice. It's something that he fully understands. Community Auto Repair, ATL, says, there's no way in hell that a legitimate board of education would allow this kind of individual to teach young minds. I mean, what is he going to do? Set a classroom and scream at them about snow bunnies and demanding that he's entitled to 5 Nubian princesses to come comb his beard? Like, WTF? That is some sick narcissistic stuff. And people donated to a money, or I guess what he's trying to say here, for this loser to teach kids. Someone replies to this by saying, in reality, a parent would be going off if their child's principal was online saying half the stuff Umar says. Fifi says this con man would be the worst principal ever. Ballistic Bevo says, were he not so consumed by arrogance and his addiction, I might feel more for him. This person says, why is he out in the freezing cold instead of the warmth inside the school? Good point. That's supposedly ready for inspection. Paula says, are the descendants of slaves forced mixed? Dwayne says, it is over for Umar. That reality is going to set in his mind when he gets indicted. It is amazing how he not have any type of conscience, how he doesn't have any type of consciousness about all of the things he has done wrong. Courtney says, how do you keep track of donors? It seems like you really don't. Umar, or whatever your name is today. The reply to that is, he used to write them down in a wide ruled notebook. He should be the leader. He knows the truth about the nation. With then we live. Dominique says, Umar, word on the street is one of your drunk queens was up there and she had a weave. And she had a weave. I don't know why that's so funny to me. Let's continue. Scam, scam. Scam, scam. I just found your channel. Absolutely love your commentary. Watching from the UK. Thank you. Every alias and accolade Umar claims is bestowed by him. The most requesting. He looks like he's nodding off. That's why that's why he keeps blinking. Now in this video he says he's going for inspection this month, but in his mama closet he said they're going to apply for the COO before the end of the year, but the grand opening will be in the spring. Jay Morrison just popped up. He will take away from Umar stuff. I think that's the guy that had the Tulsa real estate scam. I think that was Jay Morrison, if I'm not mistaken. Let's continue. If that's the wrong person's name, I apologize. But I thought that I'm almost certain that's the guy's name. Did you say he stay lying to Mars? Yeah, I did say that in the video. He is trying to be super masculine. What real man really acts this way? None. That's my answer to that. It's really sad that after all this nonsense going on, he's still thirsty for women to take care of him, and people trust this man to run a school. He's pathetic and a complete creep. That summarizes him 100%. He acts just like Trump. He criticizes the looks of people to discourage others from speaking up. All manipulation. Umar Johnson don't even have a home. He don't even take care of his own kids. He don't even have his own wife or wives. Y'all are taking information from an unresponsible, grown, gay man. And he's undercover. Room 130. Y'all gonna hear about it later on. Okay, I'll remember that. Stop calling him doctor. Thanks for watching. Until next time, it's your boy, Brother Winston, with another video.